This is an interview with Miss Branch Williams, conducted at the Alex Williams home in Denton, Texas. Just for the purposes of the tape,
Yes.
I'll say that you're a lifelong resident of Denton.
You can if you want to.
Your grandfather, my great-grandfather, was Charles Alexander Williams. I guess you would have known him, wouldn't you?
What?
You would have known my great-grandfather, Charles Alexander.
Williams, yes,
He was the first sheriff to serve in this county seat.
Yes, he was.
I've heard all sorts of stories about him. What kind of man was he?
Well, he was a little old bitty man, one thing, and he smoked his tobacco out of a shoebox in his pipe. He'd sit in the hole of the shoebox of tobacco and dip his pipe in it and smoke it before he went to bed at night.
I heard he always had a bottle of whiskey.
He kept it on his mantelpiece in his room, and every Christmas, old Negro man. My grandfather would give him a bottle of whiskey down by the house, and one night, my grandfather gave him his empty bottle, and the old nigger got all the way down there to his home, which was near Louisville, and discovered the bottle was empty. And he came back crying to my grandfather. And in early days, certain Negro men who were respectable would come to your back door on Christmas morning and get a glass of whiskey and a slice of fruitcake.
I think that's a beautiful custom.
And he used to keep a barrel of whiskey like all old timers did, and a dipper. You don't see dippers anymore. And you just dip out a dipper of whiskey and drink it. Everybody came in the store. They were perfectly welcome to that, is every man. I don't believe in women. I don't think women drank in public in those days. But any girl who went out riding and hugged me tight after dark, you shouldn't know them. You didn't know that kind of a young lady. My grandfather made us eat everything that he put on our plates. If he didn't, he'd tell the old nigger women, say, put that child's plate back and have to eat it for supper. That's the way they did then. You heard him say about being a prisoner of war. They took him up north, apparently, or was captured up there, and he was put in railroad cars. You know, where they used to haul cattle, there'd be slatted cars, and he said the people would go along and spit on them through those slats, which is not a very nice thing to remember. If you could find some old-timey niggers, they could tell you some things, honey. Down as you go out McKinney Street, there used to be a log cabin there where an old nigger named Uncle John Skaggs lived. And he was quite a character, but I don't remember anything much about him. We just, as children, were scared of him, you know.
Was there much racial tension then between whites?
No, white people were absolute boss. But I can remember one morning my father jumping out of bed and running out and whipping a nigger boy who was jumping on the morning paper boy. He was white boy, and my father whipped him. Your grandmother was from Marietta, Georgia. After the Civil War, she was so proud because she'd always had niggers and everything, that when she went to town to shop, she would always tie the horses and wagon out in the country and walk into town, because she had always driven before in a carriage behind the Negro.
I'm like a lot of people my age.
Yes.
I just know what I read about those times.
Well, some things are all right, and some things aren't all right. It's my heart. The doctor says